Oh, shit. That immediately started recording. What's going on, man?
Oh.
Normally there's a delay. You ready?
I am ready. Sorry, yes.
Well, we had a bit of a week off hiatus. We're back.
Yeah, sorry, I had some things to take care of. But yes, we're back. And you know what? It wasn't a bad week to take off considering it's now...
International break.
International break.
And
Luckily
probably
for the last time for the next 4 months. So now we won't have any delays.
Yeah, Arsenal fans are going to be happy.
Oh, yeah. Big.
Well, pretty much everyone's happy, but I think they're going to be more happy.
That
They don't have to send Gabriel away to get injured again?
Yeah, or Calafiori. Yeah.
Dude. I don't think Calafiori's is bad.
No, Calafiori's is
Gabriel's.
like Mbappe's and Enzo's where they probably have a little niggle and there's no need for them to play. Like, Italy aren't going to progress, right? They're going to come second.
They could win 9-0, man.
Yeah, no. So, it's no point in playing those players. Like, it's beneficial to have a good relationship with the clubs and just send them back home.
Yeah, obviously, when you got a game where it's like, no, we need to win 9-0. I'm going to keep our right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He'll make a huge difference to the 9 goals you need to score.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
And if he does, that's sad too.
Yeah,
So,
it just shows you where Italian football is at the moment.
But before we jump into the round 10 and 11,
Yep.
I think we can just run through the scores of round 10 and we'll kind of go through the games on 11 before we jump into some fantasy stuff.
Yep.
But we've got a lot of news this week.
Yeah.
Bit of gossip.
Which is good. We had a bit of time to build it up. And
Yeah.
now we're going to be unloading.
Well, shit went down, and we posted this on our Instagram for everyone to look at. This is some wild shit and some super Brazilian shit.
It is super Brazilian.
Yeah, right. It's just so. Leao Pereira plays for Flamengo. He's obviously a Brazilian teammate. I don't think he's ever played in the Brazil team. Maybe
I'll have a look, but I've never heard of Leo Pereira playing for Brazil.
But so anyway, he plays for Flamengo at the moment. He's now married to Militao's ex-girlfriend, who is the mother of his daughter. So now Leo Pereira has become the stepfather to Militao's daughter.
And look, this part isn't abnormal, right? It's we've seen plenty of teammates hook up with other teammates' misses.
We also like these women, they roll in circles, and clearly they roll in the football circle.
Oh, they know. They live that wag life.
Yeah, yes, that is their aim in life. They need to become a wag. So, good for her. She's become a wag. Militao might have been better.
I mean, Militao, you look at him.
From a prowess and...
Well, I just had a look, right? So, Leo Pereira has only played under 17s and 20s Brazil. Mm-hmm. Never been capped for Brazil. Whereas Militao is Champions League winner, La Liga winner, main centre-back for Real Madrid, probably Brazilian captain as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's levels to the game. But, look, she's decided to make a different step with Leo. So, cool. See how that turns out.
This is where it gets interesting. So, now, defender Militao... he's now gone and married Leao's ex. So becoming the stepfather to his children with them. This is just you know what it is? It's like an eye for an eye, and it really worked.
This is a proper,
it's wife swap.
Like it is a wife swap.
It's wife swap.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Wife swap Brazil in real life.
Yeah. They did it on a TV show, and he just went, I like this.
I'm gonna keep it as is.
Yeah. I want to know.
I'm gonna stay.
I want to know if at the beginning he was just like, I'm really annoyed that you've done that. So then he did it and then went, kind of cool now. Want to have Christmas together?
Well, that's now the next thing, right? Is how do they approach the next phase in life? Like you swap, you just do a straight kid swap. Like whenever they got to visit their other parent. Like you said, do they have Christmas together just to make it easy for everyone?
Well, that's what I mean. Let's travel.
Orgy.
Yeah. Save on expenses.
I mean, they're already Eskimo brothers, right?
Well, yeah.
And anyone doesn't know what
Super Eskimo brothers.
Anyone doesn't know what Eskimo brother is? It's when you and the other guy. No, I'll explain it.
Oh, please.
When you and the other guy have had sex with the same woman, you technically now become Eskimo brothers. So they are now Eskimo brothers, but now they're married Eskimo brothers, and now they've got stepdaughters who are
stepdaughters and sons.
Yeah, it's just
it's a whole blended family situation.
Yeah, their family tree seems like a circle.
Well, very confusing.
It's getting there,
elongated circle. That if it was the wheel for your car, it would not be driving very efficiently.
Yeah, no.
It's wild because
I think it's wild for us, but probably not for the Brazilians because we've seen so much shit from them.
That's fair. That is fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
They are both
remember
very
Ronaldinho
hot.
had 2
But it
wives?
is funny how like one upgraded, right, in player, and the other one downgraded. That sucks for them. Do you reckon the women hate each other?
Maybe they planned it. I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, that's
Plot
pretty wild
twist.
if they did. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. We really want to be at a holiday with each other, so this is the easiest way to do it.
Look, I can't think of any better way. But do you just want to swap husbands and we'll just holiday together with the kids and everything? Sure. Why not?
Yeah, but see, it's really drawing the short straw on who gets Pereira and who gets Militao.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Pereira's current because she's gone. She's gone with look. Leo Pereira is probably a better looking dude, but he ain't making that Militao money.
Yeah,
he ain't getting that Militao fame.
Yeah. They're holidaying in nice places in Brazil.
Maybe Leo was all aboard for this because he gets Militao money now.
Fair.
Child. You know what I mean? Like
that's
like Leo Pereira's. Militao's ex. Yeah, child support. Militao's ex would be getting child support for Militao, which would be nice. Whereas Pereira's ex will be getting Pereira child support money.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm sure, and like we said, there's levels to this game.
Yeah, look, I mean, Militao's wearing gold chains and Pereira's just like got a smile on his face, you know?
No, Militao's wearing gold chains and Leo Pereira's wearing stolen gold chains. Or he's wearing Militao's old gold chains.
Yeah. I don't have
your girl and your chain.
Yeah.
I play for Real Madrid, fuck you. But that was wild, yes. And we did post
best of luck for their wife swap, I say.
Yeah, we did post that on our Insta, so hopefully you all like that one.
Yeah, check that shit out. Then we have Raheem Sterling is back in the news.
I wish he would stay the fuck out of the news and get the fuck out of Chelsea.
He's never in it for a good reason either. Like
there has not been one thing that he has done good in the past 4 years.
Well, he's not. This is the third time that he's in the news for this thing. And
in case anybody's wondering, yes, there is a baby upstairs.
There's an extremely angry baby in the background. So,
what? We have to deal with it. You deal with it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She's just working through something.
Well, when I say we, I mean more him.
Yeah. He can leave.
I'm here like for 90 minutes every week. Yeah. That's all I have.
But yeah, look. Raheem Sterling, he's back in the news again. Somebody's broken into his house.
Good.
So, good. Damn, dude, that's sad.
Maybe they'll get him quicker out of London.
So armed burglars wielding knives and shiesties broke into his house.
And what? Shiesties?
Shiesties, the face covers?
Oh, yeah, the face mask. Yeah.
Yeah, has broke into his home while his family was in the home and him. He had to confront them.
Yep.
And chase them off away from his family. So technically, he's a bit of a hero because they got away with nothing from his house.
Did he run out like this?
Yeah.
Get away from here.
Yeah. What is he?
Get out of my
the
house.
one from Scooby Doo. Here's the chick from Scooby Doo.
Velma,
yeah.
He is Velma.
Yeah, he's Velma.
Big Velma vibes.
Yeah. So look, successfully for him, his family saved. He's chased them all off out of the house. But I thought, I've definitely heard this story before with Sterling.
Yes.
So I did a dive or a Google, right? An AI search, whatever you want to call it, into how many times this guy been robbed in England. Mm-hmm. So the first time was in 2018. His home, when he had a home in Cheshire, got broken into, but the burglars fled when the alarm system went off. So he dodged a bullet on that
good.
one.
So he does know that there are alarm systems in England. Okay,
Correct.
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
I believe he has alarm systems.
Okay, good.
But they were successful on the first attempt. The second time was when he was with England in 2022. So it was at the Qatar World Cup.
Qatar, yep.
Right? He had to fly home early because his house had been burgled by professionals and they'd managed to get away with approximately about $300,000 worth of valuables.
Nice.
So that was jewelry, watches, and other valuables, clothes and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, dude, are people targeting this guy?
Look, I have my own little theory on this, right? Please. Now, look, obviously the 2018 one, you're in Cheshire. I'm sure someone just probably tried and it's done. The 2022 one was definitely planned.
100 because there was a few players got hit in that period
so they
while
knew,
they were away. Yeah.
And it's a good little scheme, right? Players are going away. The families are probably gone with them. They don't rent out the place to anyone. So it's going to be free, right? Yeah. So you just go in, do your thing, and if they're professional burglars, in and out, 300 grand, bang.
Take note, kids.
I reckon that this one was, if you took off the black, there was a Chelsea jersey underneath. They're trying to get them out of London, and he's like, no, you need to leave, get the fuck out. You fucking little.
No, he
weasel.
likes it there, dude. He's gonna stay.
He likes it because we're giving him 330 fucking thousand a week, and you would think if you're making 330,000 a week, you would have a half decent security system. Fuck, bro. At least security, something. You know what I mean?
No.
Bro, this guy's getting robbed all the time. As if you don't have
This guy's
something.
getting robbed all the time.
You're making gangster money. Like, bro, you should be able to have some form of half decent
with
security.
gangster money comes gangster people. He's just got all these like
I
hoodlums hanging at the front of his house.
Yeah, look, I get it. I'm sure he does have people that want him out. Like, you know, if I was there, I might buy a shiesty and help out. What are you fucking doing here, bruv?
Yeah. Give us your watches and that.
Get the fuck out of London, bruv. Okay, here's the watch. Okay, I don't really want the watch. Just get the fuck out of London.
I'll give you the watch back if you leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I think at some point he'll leave. So you know,
Look.
we'll throw a little party for you live on pod
Bro,
when he does.
I pray it's in January. Now, I don't know whether he still thinks he can make the England squad.
Surely not.
Because it's a World Cup year. Surely not, right? Even if he has a gun 6 months with another team, I still don't see it happening. But you got to give yourself that chance, Raheem. Raheem, you got to take that chance.
Please.
Raheem.
Please, Raheem.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, find a camera, please.
You need
please.
Bro, he posted up some shit like when he first started, like, oh, the grind goes on at like 10 o'clock at night he was training. Bro, the reason why you're doing that is because you're training with the kids. Why are you training with the kids? Because you don't want to fuck off. Well, you don't have a grind anymore. Your grind is hanging out with kids.
You want him
You
to
weirdo
breach his
fuck.
contract, but when Ishak does it, it's so bad.
I don't want him to breach his contract. I want him to just go, take me somewhere else.
Dude, then you guys
Give me-
should just
give me
pay
somewhere.
him to leave.
The problem is too much money. Nah, I'd rather hold on to him. He can hang out with the under 18s. Maybe he likes it. I don't know.
Well, while we're on Chelsea players, this one's kind of more unfortunate, right? Oscar,
Yeah.
your old midfielder,
Yep.
center attacking midfield for you guys. Not bad player for you guys. Went over to China for a bit, made some money.
He was still playing in China for a long time. Remember that whole exodus happened? He was one of the ones that went away. So he won the title with us in 2014. He left in like 2015, I think, when China exploded. They tried to do the Saudi thing.
Yeah.
Tried to get all these players to come in and blow their league up.
The problem is people just don't want to be China.
Well, the problem was as well that the Chinese government was funding half of it, and the Chinese government eventually went, yeah, we can't keep this up.
Yeah.
But all the players that left China, he actually stayed.
Yeah.
And he won a couple titles, actually. So, yeah, he was a really good player. Still has probably one of the best Chelsea Champions League goals against Juventus.
Yeah, no, bro, he was a very good player for
Yeah.
you guys. He danced through players.
He danced through
He
players,
danced through players in the midfield.
Yeah.
But now he's been playing his football over at Sao Paulo.
Yeah, back to Brazil, yeah.
Back to Brazil. I know that's where most Brazilians end up, right? They go back to their home club or a club within Brazil, so they're with their family and all of that type of
it's
stuff. They
still-
get decent money.
Yeah, and it's still super competitive, you know what I mean? So it
it's
is
still
good.
good football at the end of the day.
Correct, yeah.
But, well, I mean, he was getting ready for pre-season because their season hasn't started.
Yep.
Right? So he's in there. He's on the exercise bike, right? Going through his pre-season fitness testing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Manages to collapse on the bike, was unresponsive.
Yep.
He's now in a stable condition, but it's still concerning, right? He had a heart problem.
Yeah.
It was a heart problem in which they've now discovered. And it seems to be happening quite a lot more, right?
Hey, I still think that this might get a bit political, but the vaccine that everyone had to take, I don't think that, because it wasn't properly tested.
You heard it from T's mouth first.
Yeah. Co James. No, but yeah, you're right. We have seen a lot more players now fall ill of these like heart conditions, which has shortened their careers.
Well, yeah.
And
it was unheard of
Yeah.
only, 10 years ago, and now all of a sudden it's happening quite a lot.
Yeah, and look, especially over the past 5 years, which I know, not the right platform, but it could possibly be like the vaccine might have done something. There are still a lot of long-term effects that they've been talking about, which might be happening, and the heart might be one of them. Unfortunately, Oscar seems to have fallen under some sort of heart condition, and he's probably going to have to retire after this, they reckon.
I imagine so. Well, he'd be 36.
34, I think, because he was pretty young when he went to China. I'll have a look now.
He was still in his 20s when he went to China.
He was still. That was the big thing, is like, because he went for big money, and everyone was like, "Why is he going there now? Like, it doesn't make any sense." But
because I mean, look, he's definitely too young and too fit to be having these type of attacks for no reason, right?
yeah, 100%.
So I don't know. I feel for the guy, but I hope he gets better.
Yeah, and look, hopefully he can, get better and, still be able to play the game that he loves to play. But, look, it's not looking good. Yeah, he's 34. It's not looking good for him at the moment. So hopefully we'll have a good update for that on him.
Yeah, we'll follow him for the next week.
Yeah.
But then, kind of more onto the funny side of things. Joe Biden, the world's worst pundit, has again landed himself in hot water.
The biggest grub I think that was ever in.
Well, I mean, we were only speaking to him several weeks ago how he was beaten on one of his own family members. Right?
Yep.
Remember? Kicked her in the guts, beat up his own missus. Like, the guy's clearly got problems. But this time, he's been done by the kind of the offensive language, the new law that's going through about posting on the internet.
Yeah, England, this is just in England. They have, or it might be the UK as a whole, but I know definitely in England where they have an offensive, communications, offensive communications like law or something where if you say something offensive, you can get charged and put in jail.
Yeah. So
it's like the free speech thing being withdrawn, but England is number one for that. They have quite the
crazy
history.
because you've got all right, Joe Biden does have a bit of a voice, right? He says some outlandish shit, and I don't think anyone can say whatever they want, but he's put some quotes onto X, and I saw this pop up on Instagram. Now on Instagram was going around saying there was 6 counts of that he's been charged with, right? So he doesn't really get sentenced until later early December, I should say. But the 6 counts is actually 12, and he's kind of primarily attacked 3 people. So he's attacked Jeremy Vine, in a post has called him a bike nonce. One.
Question, what the hell is a bike nonce?
Yeah. So a nonce is a pedophile.
Ah, excellent. Yeah. So he's called him a bike pedo.
And Jeremy Vine likes to ride bikes. So he's essentially calling him a bike pedo. But then he's also posted a photo of Jeremy with the quote that says, if you see this fella around schools, call 999. It's so enjoyable. It's what a 15-year-old does if he has 100,000 people following him on X.
Look, if he got charged with slander, I would understand that. Yeah. This isn't offensive. This is funny.
Yeah.
I find it funny.
Well, he's also gone additionally posting on X to ask Jeremy Vine if he had been to Epstein's Island and that he should now fess up.
What's up, boy?
And then the other people that he's taking the shots at are Lucy Ward and Annie Aluko. I don't know if you recall them, the 2 female ones where they were kind of
right.
Correct. And they had a go at Ian Wright because Ian Wright had made some comments about how she was a female and that's probably why she's gotten the job and whatever. Anyway, and Aluko later apologised for all of her actions in that because
she went off on
she went off on him saying he should be cancelled. Everyone went, no.
This is Ian Wright. Ian Wright's a legend.
I don't think so.
Who the fuck are you talking shit about Ian Wright?
Well, you're exactly right. Yeah. You know, you haven't really done anything. You didn't win any trophies as a player.
Yeah. So you look in the NFL now. Tom Brady's commentating, right? I'm not saying Ian Wright's Tom Brady, but imagine some chick who's just been hired to ESPN goes, "Oh, Tom Brady doesn't know what he's talking about. He needs to get fired." Who the fuck are you talking about Tom Brady is?
That's what I mean.
Same with this, Ian Wright has every right to say what he wants.
So Joey took to X once again to not only say that they were both DEI hires, he proceeded to take photos and superimpose their faces over Fred and Rose West, which are serial killers.
Okay.
Essentially suggesting that they're kind of killing the sport with their kind of commentary and their points of view on it. Yeah. Because they make everything political, right? They make it all about how, women are underrepresented. I've worked hard to get here and I've done this. That's why Ian Wright came out and said, well, everyone works hard.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right.
It doesn't make a difference if you work hard or the next person works hard. If you know what you're talking about, you can be a pundit.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is everybody works hard. If you get that spot and you don't work hard, you get axed. Mark Bosnich was when he was a goalkeeper, he would work hard at some points, but then he would have to become a pundit. Mm-hmm. And then if he didn't know what he was talking about, you would get axed. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Same with everybody else. Just because you're a woman or a former player or whatever doesn't mean that you get to keep your spot based off your morals. You have to work hard at something.
Of course.
To get the spot. But the imposing of faces onto serial killers is
it's wild.
It's devious as fuck, bro.
It's
that
so
is
wild,
crazy. But I'm assuming that they haven't actually gone to court yet.
No.
I'm assuming that's
So I think it's
coming
the
up.
6th or the 8th of December.
Oh, it's coming
He has
up.
to go
Excellent.
there to get his sentencing for it.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Dude,
We would definitely have an update
he
on that
could
one.
go. He could go to jail, dude. It'd be pretty wild if he does. But most likely, he's going to get some kind of community service and a pretty big fine.
But if he does get a jail sentence, this would probably be the biggest.
Well, I think it's the first time he's been in jail either.
No, he did go to jail.
Yeah,
he has been in jail before.
Yeah.
He went to jail, and I'm pretty sure the first time he came out, I think he was playing for, I don't know if it was West Ham or something. He came out, and I think he got a red card.
Yeah.
In his first game back. So clearly the guy has mental issues. Like,
Yeah.
the guy is a certified
He's a
psychopath.
clicker. He's out of control.
Yeah. But look, we will update on this because if it's, December 6th or 8th, that's right around the corner.
We're a few weeks away.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I shall wait with bated breath.
Yeah, buckle up. Then before we move on to some of the games, this is the probably last one. I think it's kind of come out in the press now. Memphis Depay, so obviously one of the Netherlands' best players, top scorer for the
Top
Netherlands.
scorer for Netherlands, yep.
But obviously he's been playing at Corinthians in the Brazilian league.
Which I guess kind of shows like the guy has always been a talent. No
Yeah,
matter where
but
he
he's
went.
always been a talent, but he's kind of like a talented footballer / rapper / bad attitude guy. Just couldn't hold down his spot at Barca. Like
Barca flopped, Man U flopped. Atletico, he kind of flopped. But he's always been able to produce goals.
He's arguably a great player. Now, he's clearly the best player in the Brazilian league at the moment. He's ripping up. He's scoring for fun. But that doesn't mean anything, right? Corinthians are like 10th or 11th? 13th. So they're 13th in the Brazilian league. And look, they are paying this guy so he not only is he the top paid player in the Brazilian league, I think he's getting something like 11 million a year, which is 4x the next player.
No, so we did look that up, right? So it was that as a whole, like for his contract, which you will get into, all of his perks, he is 3 to 4 times more
than the next best player.
Than the second highest paid person. But when people hear it, it is outlandish what he gets.
Well, it's these things that they've put contractually in his agreement. So it's not as if they can just be like, well, we don't want to supply this anymore, because they then obviously would have to pay out his contract.
Yep.
So part of it is he receives luxury accommodation and services, meaning he gets the presidential suite at one of Sao Paulo's top hotels.
Nice.
Additionally, covering all the costs of all room service and bills associated to the hotel.
Hey, lucky, what's his name? Remember the Italian guy that went to Real Madrid and ate like a fat cunt? What was his name?
Cassano?
Cassano. Lucky Cassano didn't have that because he ran up a motherfucking bill, bro.
Dude, even still, a part of those luxury and perks is that he gets a private chef and a butler / assistant that's also paid for by the club.
It's not bad.
Which is just his living arrangements. It then dives into the security and transport. So he has an armoured vehicle that takes him to and from wherever he needs to go.
Bro, you're in Brazil.
Yeah.
I totally get it. We've seen people get robbed.
On top of that, he obviously needs a private driver and gets a whole personal security team, all paid for by the team.
Yep.
Then it comes down to what his travel and match day perks are. So he's entitled to 24 business class tickets between Brazil and Europe for him to use throughout the year.
Nice.
He is also guaranteed one VIP skybox for each home game.
Yeah.
So an entire box where he can invite whatever the maximum is go into that box.
The skybox is a good incentive. Like because I go to NBL games and you get the Americans that come over, right? And I've seen their wives, like the wags and kids come around. And it's a good way to get them over. That way the family can go and watch the game.
100%. I don't think that's the most absurd thing in the contract.
No, that's actually a good
because
one, yeah.
it is rumoured that the presidential suite that he's currently staying in at Sao Paulo is 46,000 euros per week.
Ooh.
That's gotta hurt.
Ooh.
I don't care how many goals he scores, especially when your team's coming 13, because they're now the team's now sitting there trying to convince him to not stay in there because they can't afford it. He's just there like, no.
Well, that's not really Memphis's fault.
It's not. They made the contract.
Yeah.
You can't go and say he's the bad guy because he's just doing what he was contracted to do, right? But the kicker in all of this, and again, it's bad contract. At the end of the day, all those perks. If a major team comes knocking, they have to let him go.
If he wants to go.
If he wants to go,
Yeah.
they have to let him go.
I'm sure they'd be dying for someone to come along and be like, dude, just please take him.
As well as the final thing is that he gets the mandatory number 10 shirt. But I think that's pretty standard, right? You're going to give that guy number 10. He's the best player in the league.
It's like Ronaldo goes to another team. You know what I mean? Like he goes to Al Nassr.
Oh, he gets 7.
Whoever the fuck number 7 is like, dude, give me a jumper.
Yeah.
Right? Same with Neymar in Brazil. he wants the number 10. You got to give him the number 10.
So,
But look, I will say that is crazy. Do you put that up there with Neymar's contract?
Neymar got a piece.
Yes.
He got a piece of the hotel chain.
Of businesses,
Yeah.
right?
So that one is better in the long run.
Yeah.
But this one is just absurd of like, all right, it's Memphis Depay. It's like not like you're trying to bring Messi in, you know what I mean? Like you're bringing in Memphis Depay.
Yeah.
How many people were there? Like, to be fair, when it popped up, I'm like, oh, that's right. He went to Brazil. Like, I forgot that he existed for a while.
I actually said for a while he was in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, he wasn't in Mexico. It was Brazil.
It was fucking insane. But why don't we jump into match day 10? You can run us through results there.
Yeah. I think I will run through the results. So, look, round 10 was not last week before. So, look, let's just quickly run through them. And I will actually get up what we scored as well. I think we scored pretty much the same, if not the same. So if we go to here, we go to week 10. So in week 10, what am I doing? Let's go here. This is better. I can't actually check by it. I don't remember.
6.
You got 6?
I got 6 in week 10.
All right, cool. I got 5. I got 7 in week 10, or I got 5 in week 10. Doesn't matter. We'll look at that after because my phone is so slow. All right, so the first game was Brighton Leeds. Brighton won 3-0. What'd you get in the Brighton game?
Yeah, I went draw on that one.
Draw, yeah. All right, and I got... Why can I not click into this? There we go. Week 10. So first game, Brighton Leeds. I got Brighton, so I picked that one. Then the next game was Burnley Arsenal, which was a pretty straightforward game for Arsenal. They won 2-0. Did I actually pick Arsenal? I did pick Arsenal, yep.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yep. Then Palace Brentford was Palace 2-0. That was, again, pretty straightforward game. I did have Palace in that one.
Yeah, so did I.
Same, yep. Next was Fulham Wolves. Fulham won 3-0. Wolves got a red card, which was, I think, Totti for a last man.
I got Fulham in that one.
I had Fulham in that one. Next was Forest Man U, which was 2-2.
I had Man U in that one.
Yeah, Ahmad scored in the 81st minute, and then they nearly did win at the end.
It was close.
Caught off the line, but I will give Forest some credit. Yeah, I picked Man U as well. I will give Forest credit. They've been playing a lot better ever
because
since.
got Mr. DJ.
Yes, they do, Mr. DJ. Yes, so that was that game. Then the next one was Tottenham Chelsea. Now, I had Chelsea in that one, and I will say, even though we won, I was very happy about that. It was such a boring game. Tottenham gave us nothing. We pissed through that game.
Yeah, dude. Tottenham was so shit in that game. Would they manage one shot on target?
They had
0?
one shot. I think it was one shot on target. Bro, they had 3 shots in total at home.
Yeah, nuts.
One shot on target, which was Kudus at the end of the first half. It was an actually boring game to watch, but we won, so I was happy. Next were you guys. You guys won 2-0.
Yay!
I picked a draw in that one, but you guys got the clean sheet and the win, so that was good.
Well, finally a fucking clean sheet.
West Ham played Newcastle. I picked Newcastle in that, but West Ham pulled out a 3-1 win.
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from, dude?
Yeah, bro.
That's what I mean about West Ham. Like, how do you tip for them or against them? They're just constantly either really crap, or just like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how they pulled that win away, but look, I think that just for people going forward, it looks like Newcastle at home is like Sunderland at home. Strong at home,
shit away.
Weak away, yeah. Next game was City Bournemouth. I had City.
Yeah, dude.
I got that one. And then the last game was Sunderland Everton. Draw. And I actually had a draw in that one.
Yeah, I picked a draw on that one too.
See, I'm like, oh, that's such a smart one. I look at you, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Prick did the same thing.
Great minds.
But I did get week 7. I got 7 in week 10 is what I was meant to say.
Yeah, okay. See, I got 6 in
So I caught
10.
you up on 1. So I think that actually made us even.
Yeah,
at the end
I was
of 10.
1 ahead.
Yeah. So that put us even at the end of week 10. Now, week 11.
This is where you killed
Yes,
me, dude.
I
got
had
4 this week.
Yes, I had a nice little round. I got 8. But let's go through the games. So the first game was Tottenham Man U.
Yeah,
Now,
which I got the draw in this.
and I also got the draw in this. Yeah, that was
Which is an interesting one, right?
we probably shouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
But we will get into that.
Yeah.
So look, can I just say the first half again, Tottenham, boring as fuck, bro.
Yeah, bro.
At
I don't know
home
how Thomas
again.
Frank hasn't playing. Because it's not good football.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's got Paulinho in there and it's kind of hindering him. I know Kudus didn't play, so they didn't have that direct attacking outlet, but you still got enough players. Well, actually, you know what it was? I know what it was. It's the way he set up, right? The players he had out there. Because as soon as he put on Tells and Udogie and Odebear, they looked so much better.
Dude, the Tottenham fans are booing Tells.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
why.
crazy. He's like 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
I would love to have Tells in my. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got enough players, but if Tells is
Sure, man, you could use,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, number 48.
Yeah, well, we just signed a 16-year-old, so we're still getting more players in. But I find it crazy that the Spurs fans are not happy with Tells. The guy is a mad player.
Dude,
give him time, and
Listen,
he.
Tottenham fans are people that are never happy with anything.
No, never
They're
happy.
never happy.
They win a fucking trophy, and they're still not happy that Ange got them that trophy.
Yeah, how dare he win a trophy?
Yeah, I know, piece of shit. So look, first half boring. The only highlight was Mbeumo's header.
Yeah.
Right, and look, good header. I must say, he doesn't look like a guy that could jump very high or like he's very tall,
Yeah,
but
he positions himself
He
well.
knows how to position himself, eh? Yeah. Now, in the second half, Spurs played a lot better. And like I said, when Udogie and Tells came on, and straight, like, Tells comes on and he scores.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
And they're all booing him.
Oh, bro, it's crazy.
And then all of a sudden they go, yeah, like douchebags, dude.
But before the crazy part happens, Sesko's one-on-one. Did you see that?
No. I didn't watch this game. I only watched the highlights.
He is Bambi on ice. He gets this ball. I think it's from Bruno.
Oh, is this where he trips over it?
He takes too many touches and eventually just kind of like bungles himself. Right? So he comes on for Cunha, I think. He comes on for Cunha. And, all right, he's getting great service, but he just can't get the ball under his feet. He can't control it. He can't shoot. After this incident, he gets his through ball. He's one-on-one with the keeper, and he just totally fucks it. He then lays on the ground. He's like, oh, I've hurt myself. Trying to feign injury to be like, oh, I didn't score because I hurt myself. Like, bro, you didn't do anything.
Well, he's gone off injured now.
Yeah, injured. I don't believe
You
it.
don't believe it?
I don't believe he's bullshit. But then 91st minute, Richarlison scores. I mean, I think Odebear took the shot and Richarlison did a little flick, goes in, and you're like, 91st minute. And what does Richarlison do?
Yeah.
Takes his shirt off to celebrate.
Fuck,
and
he's ridiculous.
just like Garnacho has not learnt his lesson. Every time Richarlison takes his shirt off, they don't win.
No.
And what happens 96th minute? Man, you get a corner, Delit back post, gets it in 2-all.
It's it. Dutch Harry Maguire, bro.
Dutch Harry Maguire.
Dutch Harry Maguire brings it home for him.
Oh my God, imagine having Harry Maguire and Dutch Harry Maguire in your team.
Dude, imagine both of them in training. Fuck that, dude. You want to shoot yourself in the head.
Next game, what do we got?
Everton Fulham.
Everton Fulham. So
A 2-0 win for Everton in this one.
Yeah.
To be fair, pretty dominant performance by Everton.
Very dominant.
They had 2 goals disallowed in the first half for offside.
Yep.
Then Idrissa Gana Gay gets a goal of pretty much the scrappiest defending ever.
Scrambled as fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, they just couldn't get the ball out. But then additionally, Lewis Hall gets a goal disallowed for offside as well. So they've had 3 disallowed goals whilst being 1-0
Lewis
up.
Hall.
Drewsbury Hall.
Drewsbury Hall. Burning for me because he's in my team.
Yeah.
Fuck. He got the assist for Keane's goal, which was in the 81st minute to seal it. But yeah, Drewsbury Hall could have got that goal,
Yeah,
bro. But
dude.
yeah, 3 goals offside for Everton.
I will say about Everton, they've probably got the most players that are capable of scoring within their team. So, like, if you were to pick an Everton player, you could have Jack Grealish, you could have Ndia, you could have Drewsbury Hall, or you could have either one of their centre-backs.
Yeah, their centre-backs can score, right?
Their centre-backs score heaps. That's 5 players that all are capable of scoring, which sucks because if they only get 1 or 2 goals, you can miss out by having a player that one week will get a hat-trick, the next week get nothing at all.
Look, with Everton, just for fantasy, the only reason why I've kept Drewsbury Hall is because he's always on the ball, right?
Yeah.
Jack Grealish is a good one, now that he hasn't got to play Man City for ages. And then Dye has been very direct. But you're right. They could go weeks. I had a Drewsbury Hall weeks. He didn't do anything. Jack Grealish hasn't done anything since before the Man City
And then all
game.
of a sudden he gets 2 assists and a goal.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So it's just
if you have Everton in your team, just be wary that they could go weeks without getting shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
like you said, dominant performance. Next game we've got West Ham Burnley. Now I had West Ham in this, and look, it was a 3-2 win, but they actually played really well. Burnley scored first though. Fleming gets his header in the 36th minute.
Fleming's been a good option for them, dude.
Fleming has been a good option
For a
Burnley.
cheap striker where you want to put him on your bench, it could definitely do the job. If you need a cheap striker.
Yeah, if you need a cheap striker,
Yeah.
Fleming is the way to go.
Great.
But then West Ham get 3 on the bounce. Callum Wilson gets his second goal for West Ham. He got it. So I know you've heard him, but he got it. Socek then gets the goal to put him ahead, which was funny.
Which is a chest.
Yeah, the goalkeeper palmed it into his chest, and he just was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, I'll
And
take it.
We were talking about this before. Like, what does Socek do? He's just always around.
He's just there.
He just
reads the game and he's just there.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
like, how does he score these goals? I don't know, dude. He's just there.
And this now, the third goal, it's going to piss me off, right? But
Yeah.
Walker
Literally,
Peters. So someone
I only
has
put one note on this game. Walker Peters with crucial goal to fuck T.
Yeah, literally, like raw dogged me for that one. Fucking burnt me hard. But 87th minute, Socek has a shot and the goalkeeper palms it out of the way, but not so far out of the way for the West Ham players. And you've got Walker Peters and Bowen just running through. And I'm like, oh yeah, Bowen's got this. Walker Peters steals it. Fucks up my fantasy team, my fantasy score. Because I woke up in the morning, I'm like, oh, 3-2. Bowen must have had a hand in some of them.
Nope.
Zero. He got 0 hand in all of them. So that fucking burnt me. And then, 96th minute, Cullen gets a consolation again after a goalkeeper spill. So 3 of the goals came from goalkeeper spills, which shows you where Burnley and West Ham are at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Burnley's not going to be an easy win for people. But West Ham somehow they're like the Fulham now.
Well, they've won 2 games in a row now.
That's what I mean.
That's
They're like
a solid
Fulham now.
bounce back.
Out of nowhere, they can just start being good.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what the fuck?
Because now they've got Espirito Santos and seems to be working. Next game, Sunderland Arsenal.
This was an interesting one.
This was a good game. This was a very good game. Now I did have a draw in this one.
Arsenal fans screaming. That's a great call. I went Arsenal.
I think Sunderland away is Sunderland playing Sunderland at home is going to be a struggle. I think we lost to Sunderland at Stamford Bridge. Remember that 96-minute goal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we know like they're hard to play, but playing them at home seems like they just know they've set themselves up well.
Until the African Cup of Nations come down.
Yeah, so I just had a look, and they've got 7 players in the African Cup of Nations. So
Yeah,
if you have
it's
any
gonna hurt.
Sunderland players, just watch out for that.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
But there was one thing, before I get into the game, I don't know if you saw, but did you see that the Sunderland field group put the signs in closer?
So they couldn't do long
Arsenal
throws.
couldn't do long throws?
Yeah.
Classic. I love that shithousery.
Yeah, no,
Do
dude.
anything you can to make sure that the other team doesn't get the advantage that they want.
Yes, 100%.
It's like when teams-
Arsenal did it to Atletico Madrid with the cold showers.
Yeah, and what about all the teams like when they used to play like Man City and they grow the grass out so they couldn't pass the ball well? Or where they don't
I don't know what
or where they
teams don't
don't
do
wet
it
the
more.
pitch. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Do
understand.
anything you can to make sure the other team doesn't win.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Another point before I do end of the game, I don't know if you saw Ty getting dragged away. Ty getting dragged away was the funniest thing because it looked like a child being pushed into the corner by a grown
the
man.
bloke is getting way too big for his boots, bro. Because he already, when they weren't winning, was talking mad shit, and now they're winning.
What
he's
did they win in
just
1904?
Yeah.
What did they win in 1904? Who gives a fuck? Fucking dick.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, so not only does he think that Arsenal is the greatest, he somehow thinks he could win in a fight.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous mentality to have.
He does have, I don't know if it's short man syndrome or Napoleon complex or if he's
Autism.
Yeah. Yeah. Or he's just got this huge head because Arsenal is 6 points ahead.
Yeah.
But, bro, he's just so outlandish with his bullshit.
I don't understand where it comes from.
I no wonder, what's the Don's name? The guy that runs AFTV?
You know
what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking
look,
about. I couldn't
I
tell you his
understand
name.
why he keeps him on because he's such great clickbait, but I could not deal with his bullshit. If I had a Chelsea guy talking like that, I'd blow my brains out.
Yeah, he should blow his brains out. I agree.
But let's get into the game. So Ballard, who I think you've been hyping up.
I've been saying since week fucking 1.
Yeah.
I go, you need to get Ballard in your team. Ballard is the big outlet for their fucking goals. What does he do? Gets a goal.
Bro, he was up high for this goal.
Yeah,
too.
dude, because they just do the long free kick into the box. He stands back post, either headers it into goal or back in the middle. And he did it all of last season. He did it round 1 when he got the top point scorer.
Yep.
He's done it again this round.
Yeah.
So-
He came in off a long free kick, like you said.
And he won't be missing for African Cup of Nations.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes, very good point. And then Saka scored, which we were talking shit about him for ages.
Oh, dude, but brother killed me on this one too.
Why?
He literally rang me, goes, did his free hit, sent me the picture of it, and I went, oh, you're going with Saka? You know he hasn't scored. He scored like 1 non-penalty goal a year. And he goes, don't worry, he's scoring. And then I had to deal with his phone call the next day. I fucking told you, man. I'm pretty much the biggest genius in fantasy football ever.
Oh, fuck. Shout out to Matt O'Neill.
Yeah.
But this all came from Lefay playing with the ball. Bro, you're in the middle of the park. Release. He gets it, turns one way, turns the other, and he still thinks he's got time to do what he wants. Like, bro, release. Get rid of it.
Yeah. The Premier League's too fast for this. You can't be doing that, especially against Arsenal.
Correct. Yeah, they know how to press. You know what I mean? Then look, Zubimendi hits the post, but then 10 minutes later, Trossard with a cracker goal. Now, look, there were a few goal of the weeks. This one, I've got this one as one of mine.
Yeah, look, I tend to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, this one was.
He
a great
did hit
goal.
it sweet.
He hit it really nice. But Sunderland didn't fucking hold on just be happy with that. They pushed, and Raya did a mad double save in the 79th minute and the 84th minute. There was one where he saved it, and then it's gone to Sunderland guy, and he's rushed and saved it again. So he did. He tried.
And look, Raya for me is arguably the best keeper in the league, right?
Yes,
makes a very strong case for it.
it does help that he does have.
injured.
It does help he has the
Allison's injured too
strongest
much.
defense, but yes, he is still.
But again, you see it, right? The moments where he has to come up with a save, he does. Arguably not at the end of this game, but
I was about to say.
you know, he makes a strong case for. I'd say him, Donnarumma. Well, obviously the guy from Sunderland at the moment.
Sunderland, yeah. Look, you wouldn't put in Sanchez yet. I still think he's performing well.
He's not as good with the ball at his feet, though.
I know what Chelsea do with the ball at his feet now. All they do is they get the ball and just release it straight away. They don't want him holding on to the ball too long.
Yeah, whereas Raya's got the ability to hold.
Oh, Raya can hold it and he can pick his pass. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, like you said, he didn't do too well at the back for this equaliser. Now, if the ball didn't go in, it was going to be a penalty because I think Gabriel pulled down Bromley. But Bromley somehow gets a foot out and Raya comes out, misses it.
Gets it before Raya.
Yeah, 94th minute, fucking Sunderland get the draw. But nearly wasn't. Ballard put in a huge block last kick of the game. Arsenal scramble goes in. Someone has a shot. It might have been Trossard. I'm not sure, but Ballard just came in and blocked it, and they cleared it out after that. And Sunderland draw with Arsenal, and they get a point. So
which was huge. The Arsenal fans were scrambling.
Yeah.
They were scrambling after that game.
Where are we going next?
Chelsea Wolves, guys.
Look, let's make this one.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
for you
look,
guys.
I had Chelsea in that one. I'm assuming you did too.
Yes.
Yeah. Look. Wolves had 0 shots in the first half.
It would look. Wolves, I don't think mounted up any kind of defense, and I don't think they mounted any kind of attack.
The defense in the first half they did all right, but we missed our chances. Enzo had.
That's what I don't think the defense was that good. If you got your chances, you would have been like, we dominated them.
Yeah. Look, Garnacho had a mad 1-on-1. If he gets that, we run on from there. Enzo had an absolute blinder. He got man of the match. Didn't have any hand in any of the goals or assists, but he's dictating the game was just next level. But look, Enzo, Garnacho, and Pedro all had good chance in the first half, couldn't put it away. But then Gusto in the second half gets his first professional goal.
He was the top point scorer this week for fantasy.
Gets a goal, and he got a clean sheet too. Probably got the points too. So Gusto had a very good game, and this is the Gusto that we kind of need to kind of help Reece James.
Just until he gets a dumb red card again.
Yeah, I know. We need Gusto to kind of keep his head level, and that'll help us with keeping Reece James fit for the bigger games. Garnacho gets the assist, then the second goal, Pedro scores. Right, Estevao again. He comes on as his first touches. He gets an assist for
big money transfer incoming. I've called it here first.
Yeah, you call it. You keep calling, bro. You keep calling for a cheap hooker.
I
Neto,
like the expensive hookers.
Neto scores 8 minutes later, and again, Garnacho gets the assist. So, look, it was a pretty straightforward game. There was, I think Wolves had like 0 shots on target all game. They had a few shots in the second half, but they're all from outside the box.
Yeah, they're all half speculative shots, man.
Yeah, they're all speculative.
It was a boring game in the sense that you guys just ran them over. Like, they just had nothing to do.
I feel like we clicked up a gear in the second half, and as soon as we got that first goal, it was done from there. We never looked threatened.
You're in cruise control.
Yeah. And look, another thing for Wolves, I mean, I know that nobody really has Wolves players in their fantasy team, but if anyone has a Wolves player in their team, there's 5 people going on the African Cup of Nations. How the fuck are they going to deal with that?
Yeah,
like they didn't sign anybody.
Yeah,
and now they're going to lose 5 more players.
And they've got a new manager.
Oh, bro. This is the poison chalice, bro. You do not want this job.
Well, dude, that's why TalkSport was going ham on the new manager because he's the Middlesbrough manager.
For Wolves?
For Wolves. So the new manager for Wolves was the Middlesbrough. I don't know much about him.
Yep.
But he's left Middlesbrough. Yeah. Right?
What, to go to fucking Wolves?
To go to Wolves. And they've all, like, TalkSport have just gone, what a dumb decision. They go, because you've gone from a decent club like Middlesbrough, right?
Well, Middlesbrough actually do have a half decent chance to make it into Premier League again.
So he could have sat there and probably got a promotion, but now he's going to go to Wolves. They're definitely getting relegated, bro.
Middlesbrough is second. You know what I mean?
But they're definitely getting relegated.
What? Yo, 100% getting relegated.
They're definitely getting relegated.
Next game, I've got
Palace and
Brighton. Psh. All right, cool. So let's run through this.
This one was chances galore in the first half.
Yeah, look, this is actually one of the games I got wrong. I picked Palace. Palace.
I picked Palace too.
Yeah, Palace have been playing fantastic football at the moment.
It made a lot of sense.
Yep. Verbruggen made a mad save off Sarr. There was a penalty overturned, and then Ruda got a card for diving. Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if it was a dive, but...
Oh, the actual... So I'm talking about, like, if they dive...
Oh, the yellow card? Yeah.
Yellow card, right?
I just don't think that one was... I don't know.
It's tough, right? But to overturn it means that they had to have been real confident.
Mm. But I think overturning it, all right, but then how do you yellow card him, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for being a dive.
Yeah, because the whole reasoning behind it was that he made the move into that player. Mm. So it's not a dive.
Yeah.
It's just not a foul.
It's not a foul, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a dive for me is like he touches it past, the guy goes to make a chance, pulls out, and then the guy just throws himself to the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or if a guy, like, he's running and sticks a leg out and then falls over.
Yeah, and he just goes, even though he's going to, because he can't get to the ball, just falls over.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a dive. I don't know.
Look, I guarantee you they wouldn't have given a yellow card for like a Man City player or an Arsenal player.
Especially if it was Michael Oliver.
And look, the only other point it has, like, Verbruggen did save him in the last minute of the game, makes a save.
Yeah.
But that was it.
It was a game for 2 goalkeepers.
100%, yeah. Next is Villa-Bournemouth. Now, I actually did have Villa in this one, but I was not expecting a 4-0 win.
No, I think I might have gone Bournemouth.
Which wouldn't have been a bad idea. Look, Bournemouth have been playing okay, but I feel like they're starting to go back into their regular spot of mid-table.
They played above where they were probably at and probably took
for the first 10 weeks. Yeah.
But I mean, the opening goal of this was another one for goal of the week, dude.
Man, that was
Buendia.
That was a beautiful free kick.
It was out of control. So that's another nomination. I do think Trossard's is probably just better than his.
Well, my other goal of the week was Onana's.
Great long range bottom
fucking bolter, bro. Absolute bolter. So if you got a chance, look that one up. That was a fucking cracker goal. But look, they go up 2-0 at halftime. And then Martinez, but Martinez, he did make a couple saves. And he saved a pen.
Dude, the save he makes where he's running off his back foot and tips it over the crossbar.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah.
One of the save of the week, right?
I must say,
the save of the week.
Villa are very lucky that they didn't actually sell Martinez because he's still a top player.
When Emery was doing that stupid interview and just kept saying that second keeper's name.
Yeah.
Shut up, dude.
Martinez is a top keeper. Why do you want to get rid of him?
Shut up, dude. Out of control.
Especially now they're in the Champions League. No, they're in Champions League, right? Or are they in Europa League?
No, you're in Europa League.
Europa League, sorry. Because they're in Europe. You're still in Europe. Fucking go for it. You need your best players. Martinez is a top keeper. And then Barkley gets a goal, 77th minute, and then Marlon gets a goal in the 82nd
I always forget
minute.
Barkley still in that Villa side.
I can't believe he played for Chelsea. That one shocked me, bro.
Yeah, and he was an up-and-coming. Like, this is the next superstar of England.
Yeah, I remember that when he was at Everton. Bro, he was big time. And then just faded away when he went to Chelsea. But yeah, look, Villa with a 4-0 win. Villa are now starting to pick up their form.
Correct.
But you know what the
They're
hard
not
part
easy
is?
to play now.
You look at those goal scorers. Besides Marlon, those three are not your regular goal scorers.
No, well,
so
they
you
can
can't really
distribute their
pick.
goals.
You can't really pick a Villa player to put into your.
You
into
can
your
pick
fantasy
Morgan
team.
Rogers. I think Morgan Rogers this season is the best player in that Villa squad.
So for fantasy or like in general?
Just in general,
In
right?
general?
If you watch him play, he is involved in the majority of the play
Yeah.
that goes in there. He also does get the most points from an attacking perspective for him.
Yeah. Okay, next game is Brentford-Newcastle. Now, I had a draw in this one, but Brentford fucking pulled out.
I went Newcastle.
Did ya?
Yeah,
I think we need to. I think we just need to remember Newcastle away. Do not go.
I just cannot get over that game that Brentford played, and it was the worst defensive showing that I've ever seen.
It was like 3 weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where they were air swinging the ball.
Yeah.
They kept missing tackles. They had players completely unmarked, just like watching the fucking fans. And then they ended it with an own goal. And I sat there and I went, it's literally the worst defensive performance I've ever seen in the Premier League. And then since then, you cannot fault them.
Bro.
Thiago keeps scoring like crazy.
Bro, he would be a mad buy. I'm burning. I put Bowen in instead of Thiago. Thiago's got me way more points than Bowen.
Thiago, Sade. They're
Shardy, yeah.
two best players in their team. It's crazy how much they're performing above where they should.
Yeah. But the good thing about for Brentford was that they actually conceded the first goal. So they had to come back. So Barnes scores the first goal, right?
Not only did he score, he turned their defense
Bro.
inside out, bro. They're both just sliding to the right, and he's like, I'm on the left.
Yeah, he just turned them, bro. Then 57th minute, like you said, Sharda, he gets the long. It's the long throw.
Long throw. It's effective.
It's super effective. You can see it in all the games now. All the lower teams. Well, I mean, even Arsenal, just get it in there and just see what happens, right? And it worked here. I remember we were saying Brentford might get relegated, bro. They're playing so well.
Well, dude, that's what I mean. Up until that the worst defensive game I've ever seen, they were like, you're getting relegated.
Yeah,
you suck. You were terrible. You did lose your best, attacking outlets.
Yep.
And now they've figured it out.
Yep.
Like almost overnight from that one shit game. They're just
They heard you talk shit about him.
Yeah.
Like, oh
yeah, fuck that guy.
Then Burns takes out Ultara, gets a red card, clear red card. Thiago scores the pen.
Well, there was the overturned penalty before with Burns. Yeah. Goes running in. I swear Burns makes contact with him. He touches his foot and the guy goes down and then they go, no penalty.
Not enough contact
or something. And I'm like, but he makes contact, right?
Now,
Burns
now they're
dodges
getting into grey area.
That's what I mean. Like they start going, okay, before it's like, is it a clear enough? Which when we get to the Liverpool game, we will bring up the whole clear and obvious error point, right? So they're going, oh, is it a clear and obvious error? Well, he makes contact. I will go and say, well, I mean, one, he gave the penalty, right? And then they've gone back and said, hey, actually, it's not enough contact.
Yeah.
Well, is that clear and obvious? No, he's saying he made contact. He did make contact. You shouldn't really overturn it for, clear and obvious error. I don't know.
But look, Karma has a weird way of working things out.
Yeah.
And Karma actually not only gave him a pen, but also dropped the Newcastle player.
Yes. And then obviously now Burns is going to miss one game.
One game, yeah. And then look, Thiago gets another goal in the 95th minute, actually gifted to him. So anyone that has Thiago in their team would be loving it at the moment.
Yeah, if you had him in a few weeks ago, love and life.
Yeah. And the last game is...
second to last game.
Oh, sorry, I got Forest Leeds. Here it is. I was going to say, I don't think I even looked at that. But I had Forest in that game. Look, I think now with who's there now? DJ there. I think that at home, Forest are going to be a lot stronger. Especially against these...
Defensively, they hold out, right?
Yeah, especially against these middle to lower teams.
Well, and you can see the likes of Gibbs White much prefers this system because he becomes a target man.
The way that DJ manages is kind of the same way as Espirito Santo managed him, whereas like you're strong at the back and counter-attack, and that's exactly what Gibbs White wants.
But also they've got I think an effective person to put in for the Forest team when they have a decent run coming up is Muriel.
Oh yeah, Murillo from the right back,
because he's almost like a Timo version of Van Dijk, right? Like he can distribute the ball across field. Has a strong boot for that. Loves getting up for a header in like a corner, which DJ lets him do.
Yeah.
So he'd be a good cheap alternative. Well, he's not that cheap, but he's a good alternative to
Gibbs
put in.
White.
Well, Gibbs White, yes, for one, but the other one is
Murillo.
Murillo, for sure.
Yep. So the first goal was actually Leeds.
Yeah, but they held the lead. But they held the lead for fucking
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes. And then Sangare gets one, Gibbs White gets a header, and then Anderson gets a pen after Hutchinson was fouled. So look, this actually gives Forest a fighting chance to now stay in the league.
I think DJ keeps him up.
Oh, I think DJ keeps him up too.
Yeah,
look,
100%.
the teams that I've got that seem to be dropping would definitely be Wolves. That's just number one. Everybody can just see that.
Wolves, I think Burnley's number 2, and then there's
I think it'll be a fight between Leeds and West Ham. West Ham's always down there.
I think West Ham stays up. I think it'll be Leeds.
Well, it's tight. The difference between 19th and 14th is 3 points at the moment.
Yeah, but I think that'll.
Actually, you know what? There's another team I'd like to throw in there, which I think could crumble. Fulham.
Potentially.
Marco Silva is now under pressure. They reckon he might go.
He does have. They do have a decent squad, though.
They got a good squad. They have enough to stay in the Premier League. But like if things start to go wrong and you can't turn the ship around, you don't know what could happen. And Fulham do. If these other teams can pick up, and Fulham might just miss out. So I would. If I was Fulham, I wouldn't be like resting on your morals.
Well, they just got a better depth than a lot of these other squads. That's the only difference.
That's true, yeah.
You know, they've just got a better depth, whereas if they do pick up a couple of injuries, I think they could still sustain, pull a point here, pull a point there. Whereas some of these other teams, you cop 2 injuries. Like, you cop 2 injuries to one of those, one of those 4 teams.
If you go like West Ham, yeah.
Yeah,
if West Ham. You lose Bowen and you lose...
Paquetá.
Yeah, Paquetá. You lose those two, but you got no attack.
They're done. They got no one.
And look, last game, City, Liverpool. Look, I had City in that one, so that got me my 8.
As I always do.
As you do, yeah. Do you want to run through it?
Sure.
I can run through it if you want.
City with a better team.
Yep.
They deserve to win it, right? Haaland missed a penalty, which hurt a lot of people's points.
Yeah. Which at that stage, you're probably thinking like,
we might have a chance in this.
Yep.
Then he comes back and gets a goal.
Our way,
then he comes back, gets his goal.
Yeah.
And I think, that's not great. And I think obviously
it was actually a bit of a lucky goal because I think it comes off Konate and then it hits
him
and it floats into the top corner. So a little bit unlucky with that one.
He's got to be there to score it. He gets the goal.
That's it.
It was inevitable. City was always going to score. It's not like we're going to hold a clean sheet to City at their home.
Yes.
But what everyone was kind of up in arms about now was the overturned offside goal.
Yes.
That happened via VAR, right?
Yep.
So when I first watched it, I saw it on my Andy Robertson standing there. He's in the 6-yard box. I know if I was on the City side of it, I'm shouting for offside, right? And then the more I looked at it, I'm like, well, he is walking away, right? He's not in front of the keeper, and then he ducks. He doesn't go towards the ball. He ducks away from the ball. Donnarumma's not going to get to it either way. So there's the argument that's been had there. So now it's gone up to PGMOL, who have said it probably should have been a goal.
Yep.
And this is where I go with the clear and obvious error.
Yeah.
Because it's not as if the referee didn't see that he was there or the linesman didn't see that Robertson was there. It's now gone to Michael Oliver.
Your favourite referee.
Well, mate, I've got stats for it too now. It's gone up to him in the VAR duty, who's then gone and said, there's the clear and obvious error. Yep. Is it a clear and obvious error? That's the question that I have to ask there. I go, because I can see it go either way, right? Yep. If you go, it's offside, I sit there and I go, I can understand. He's in the 6-yard box. If I was that player, I'd be arguing it too.
Yep.
Then they've gone back and found other instances in which this has occurred. One being Bernardo Silva in a City game where they get the winner and he's standing right in front of the goalkeeper.
That one I remember. That one was clear and obvious.
That is a full-on offside.
Yep.
But now people have started diving into this and going, well, Michael Oliver seems to be really kind of against some of these big teams. Now, when Michael Oliver is in a capacity of, either the referee or VAR against Liverpool, Liverpool managed to win 34.8% of the games.
That's not good, bruv. That is not good.
Whilst the same 2 equivalents for Arsenal and Man City is 74.1% of games won.
That's the type of record you want.
And Arsenal is 65.4%. So I've got to sit there and go, how many of these big games is Michael Oliver going to get when it seems that he has a bias?
Yeah.
It seems that there's a bias if I look at the numbers.
And it's hard to not dispute it, like you said, when you look at the numbers.
That's what I mean. Like, you start to see the numbers. You see the instances, right, where McAllister gets kicked in the gut by Doku.
Oh, by Doku, yes.
No penalty.
Yep.
Right? But then a very similar act for Haaland getting tripped in this game, that is a penalty. Mm-hmm. Right? So, I don't know. Look, he's got a clear bias on it. I don't want to dive into that's the reason we lost the game, because it's not. We lost the game because we just weren't up to it against City on that day. And Doku had the game of his career so far.
To be fair, right? Now, Doc, we will get into that a bit more, but to be fair, had you scored that put you at 1-1, and that was just before. No, that was not just before half time, but
it was 10 minutes before half time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
like
that puts you 1-1 before half time, right? And if you go into half time with a 1-1 score, after the way you guys are playing, because Doku was ripping up Bradley, which was crazy because Bradley did such a good job against Vinicius Jr.
Well, I think the difference between Vinicius Jr. likes to stand you up and try and beat you, whereas Doku has no interest in standing you up. He takes the ball, pushes it past you, and just runs.
Yeah, he just goes. Yeah.
He runs, and he's a lot stronger than what Vinny is, right?
Yeah,
and he won't fall over.
Yeah.
So he just found Connor's weakness, right? Connor's weakness there. He's not quick, athletically quick, where he's going to get to you in front of the ball.
Yep.
Whereas he does take a good position against players. So he's just obviously got the ball instantly turned and gone byline.
Yep.
And every time he's just beaten him. He had 100% dribble rate on him.
Which is crazy. And I think he got like 6 out of 6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
He had a real, he clearly got man of the match, which he did a lot more once we get more into the game. But look, unfortunately for you guys, that happened. But then even worse was Gonzalez gets a goal, which comes off Van Dijk and deflected in.
I turned the game off after that, to be fair.
Yeah,
I went to the gym. I was just like, as soon as I saw that second goal, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. We're not going to come back from it, even if we get a goal. It's just...
It will take a lot.
And we didn't really mount any attacks. There was no attacks that we mounted.
Not really, no. There wasn't much. When I was watching the highlights, there wasn't a lot of like Liverpool pressure, Liverpool attacks. No. It looked very one-sided. And then look, just to sum up what we're talking about, Doku gets his screamer, 63rd minute.
He deserved
Great goal.
He deserved man of the match.
Yeah, 100%.
Big deserved man of the match.
Yeah, so look, things are looking a bit bleak on your side. So hopefully with the international break, hopefully you might be able to get something going, because this is the last international break we have for 4 months. So this is the period now. This is where teams need to be up and running.
Well, yeah, we're coming into an easy run now too, which we'll go through.
I did see that. Yeah,
jump into our fantasy league team. So I took a big spill this week. I went from third.
Took a bit of a haircut, I see.
down to seventh. And look, I sacrificed 8 points this week.
Yeah.
And look, I did it intentionally. I wanted to bring some players into my team. I made 4 subs just to bring my team into. Yeah. Well, now I'm pretty good for the next few weeks.
Okay.
Right, like I don't need to make any subs. I can build up my subs to see where it goes to. I did take a risk with that, obviously, with the international break.
Yep.
Lucky enough, none of my guys got injured. Didn't have
some players did.
Yeah, some players did. I didn't, which I'm lucky for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was tossing up this week. I'm like, do I use my bench boost? Do I not? I ended up not using my bench boost. I get 14 points off my bench.
Oh. So it was a double haircut.
So if I had taken that, extra 14 points, would have been up 639. I would have held fourth.
Yeah, you would have been just
in front of me. So it's okay, I think, not using it. Top point scorer this week was Churros, Matthew Currick's team. He used his bench boost, got 62 points. Not a bad bench boost by him, I suppose. It was more around his players on pitch. He had Thiago
again,
for 13, Donnarumma for 6, which is fantastic result.
And Mitchell.
Mitchell with 11. So, look, a few decent players in there. Semenyo, everyone, most people were spewing to have
captaining Rice.
Semenyo.
Captaining Rice was a bit of a risk, but luckily Thiago, Donnarumma and Mitchell got him some real good points.
100%. And then you were the second most this week. You also used your bench boost.
It wasn't as good.
56 points.
Like I said, luckily for me, look, I did captain Haaland. Donnarumma got me the clean sheet. I did have 2 more clean sheets with Chalobah and Munoz. But yeah, Mbeumo and Drewsbury Hall was some good points. And if you got that goal, fuck. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, so like,
100%.
if I get a Drewsbury Hall goal and a Bowen goal, which he should have got, that probably gets me an extra 10 points there. But I'd be looking good. So a little bit unlucky, I think, in my eyes. But hey, we've still got another 26 weeks to work it out.
Hey, that's what I mean. We're running a marathon here.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, my brother trying to G up reckons he's the greatest in the world. I don't know about that, but I will say, Keurig trying to mount a comeback. 62 points this week could be on the card. Stammer, I think it's going to be pretty hard to chase down. He did use his free hit this week.
Another chip down.
So I think he's got no chips remaining.
No, I think
now.
he has the wild card.
He's got his wild card chip remaining.
Yeah, he still got his wild card.
Which is not too bad.
Wild card's great.
Well, especially now that he's going to have Gabriel as an issue.
Yes, which I'm sure a lot of fans have. Now, I don't have. I got Timber. I thought Timber was better at attacking sense, and it seems to have worked out. Now, Gabriel, they don't have a time frame yet because it only happened this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it was only
correct.
this morning, so no time frame yet.
It looks like it's a groin injury. Calafiori is only coming back this week, so there's no timeline for it. We'll know coming later in this week.
Yeah.
If there's any big updates, we can whack it up on Instagram.
Yep.
But I think coming out of this international break, Walter Maid's proven himself to be still an effective frontman.
He's been very consistent.
That's
Look,
he's not setting the world on fire,
No.
right? But he's consistently either scoring, assisting, and getting multiples too. 2 goals for Germany.
Look, I think everyone scoffed at it because of the price tag, right? Which I totally get. Like, Newcastle paid the same amount that Real Madrid paid for Ronaldo 15 years ago, right?
15 years ago. Bitch.
Oh, dude, trust me. Like, remember we bought Torres for 50 mil and everybody was fucking blowing up about it? Now 50 mil is like the common price tag for players. So
yeah, we bought Van Dijk for 75 million. 75 million. Everyone's like, that's crazy money.
Yeah.
And then after a season, they're like, what? That's great spending.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great
right,
spending.
yeah.
And now they're spending, fucking 120 on a striker who hasn't scored a goal yet.
But yeah, look, it's Voldemar. He was another one that I was thinking about putting in. Again, I fucked up by going with Bowen, but
You've been really backing Bowen all year, man.
The only reason why I did is because I thought if they're going to score goals, it'd be through him, and they fucking score. What?
He was in my team week 1, and I quickly got him out.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But for Newcastle, so look, they do have City this week at home, tough game. Everton, Tottenham, 2 tough games, but then not a bad little run. Burnley, Sunderland.
I wouldn't be touching anyone. Like, I think if you want someone for your bench, I'd go Barnes.
Barnes would be good. Yeah.
Or even Murphy.
Murphy,
decent for your bench.
Yep.
But I can't tell. Like, Walter May's the only player I think I'd put in there as a starting player.
You also have Joel Linton, not Joel Linton, Bruno G.
Yeah,
he's good. He scores every now and then. He gets to the defensive duties too. But
again, he's for my bench, right? Like, I don't think I'd want to start anyone but Walter May in my actual 11.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that's consistently been doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I just would avoid Newcastle at the moment. Same as West Ham, right? I think
they've got a dirty run, bro. They've got a dirty run.
Yeah. So
can I just quickly go to West Ham?
Go.
All right. Bournemouth away.
Not easy.
Liverpool at home.
No.
Man U away.
Nope.
Brighton away.
Yep.
Villa at home.
Yep.
City away.
Yeah, don't touch.
Yeah, I think Bowen is going to be out for me. I think Thiago...
That's the opposite of what's make your eyes. Don't touch, maybe. This one's don't touch, will be cold. Because but there's I think they're the 2 teams I wouldn't touch at the moment.
Yep.
To be fair, if I was looking at players to bring in, I think Brighton. Maybe Welbeck, if you're looking for a striker, would be a good option.
Is still
Minter is good.
Consistent.
Minter is good. He probably had a bit of a shit game.
He did
in the last round.
Yeah,
but he's capable
they
of
did
scoring.
play Palace away, which if you can get a point at Palace away, that's fucking top. That's top marks there.
Yeah, and then I think the other ones worth bringing in is Villa. So Villa kind of players will be good choices there.
Look, we did discuss
Rodgers,
this. We did discuss this. Oh, we just discussed it before. Like, you reckon Rodgers or who's the other one? No, Rodgers is the other one.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is the one guy who fits into most gameplay for them.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. If Villa, I started off the season having Watkins and he scored 1 fucking goal in 8 games, and now he's not even starting. So
you got Marlon. Marlon's good cheap option as well.
Marlon's starting to come into the game a bit more. He's starting games.
And he's good for a double every now and then.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the actual team who's probably got the easiest run coming up now is Liverpool.
Yeah, look,
Which is hard to say, right? Because we've been playing so dog shit over the last 7 games.
Yeah, you're right. But if you look at the actual teams you're playing, besides Sunderland, they're all bottom 5 to 8, right? So I'll just run through it quickly. Forest at home, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Leeds away, Brighton at home. Then you got Tottenham away, right?
But again, then you've Tottenham hasn't been anything special.
No, but then you got Wolves at home, Leeds at home, Fulham away. So your next 8 games, you've got 7 potential winners.
Even our Champions League games aren't that difficult either.
Really?
We've gone through our little difficult strip.
Let's have a look at what your actual run looks like. So including that is PSV at home. Your Inter away, not an easy game. But then...
I think Inter, given the scandals that they've got at the moment, not that great.
Scandals?
Yeah, with all their players. What is it? Is it that he wasn't the right age or something?
For a player? Like they lied about a player's age?
Hang on, I'll pull it up.
Then you got Marseille away. Look, it's a very good run, right? And after Fulham, you got Arsenal, right? Then Burnley, then Marseille. Look, I think you're right. You guys do have the best run. But the problem is, who do you guys put in? Because, look, Salah has scored the most, but for what is he? 12.5 mil? Or 13 mil?
Yeah, you cannot put Salah in with the form.
It's really expensive, right? So you're going to have to sacrifice a lot to get him in for non-guaranteed goals. If it was last year, you put him in all day. This year, you can't trust him at the moment. So, like, who do you put in your team for fantasy-wise in this run?
So Sosbo.
Soboslai has been the most consistent.
Soboslai also takes free kicks. Ekatike, again, dependent on what Ishak does. I think given that he's been out for a while, I only see him coming on as a sub. I don't see him starting again.
As in Ishak or Ekatike?
Ishak.
Okay.
Not starting because he hasn't played enough games.
Yep.
And then obviously Gravenberg. He's a great cheap option. He's almost like a Salcedo for you guys, but he gets to go forward more than Salcedo.
He goes way more forward than Salcedo.
He takes shots from like outside the box and pings it. But I think those are the 3 players that I would put in. Cody Gakpo's always a good one as well.
I was thinking, I actually have a bit of a controversial pick. Is it time to, do you think Ritz has bottomed out and now it's time to put him in? But look, this is like stocks, right? Well, shout out to Ash. But this is like stocks right now.
But here's the thing with Ritz, right? If you watch every game, he has had put the balls in to be scored and the players have not scored them.
Yeah.
There's the other side of it where Salah, I don't know if there's a feud going on with the two.
Feels like
but
it.
Bro, he does not pass him the ball. So it's not as if he hasn't been. That's why I think I'm going to wait until African Cup of Nations and Salah goes off to the African Cup of Nations, and I am going to put Wirtz in my team.
Big risk if at that stage it's still the same.
If it doesn't work, cool. But if it is the proven fact that Salah is hogging this ball instead of giving it up to him when he is in positions for tap-ins, then for me, it seems obvious. Like, I've watched the games. I see him now, passing the ball, and he doesn't pass in the ball after getting the assists off him, and he misses the assist that Wirtz is giving him. So I think there's a bit of an old and new team feud going on.
For me, if we're going sounding like a fucking finance guy, I think that this could be a good chance for
because his price will shoot way up.
Fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this could be a good chance because now I think he's bottomed out. He's now in the Premier League 0011. 0011, brother. He's, now this is a good run for him to be able to break that.
Yeah, no,
I just don't know whether he starts, so I'm going to have a look in the first
Well, that's
game.
the issue with him is that he's not getting the starting spots everywhere.
Which is fair enough because he's not producing at the moment, right? So it's fair enough he's starting on the bench. But I'm thinking now that he's going to be in this nice little run,
well, maybe he gets
could
that
make
right.
points.
He might get that position on the right.
Away from Salah?
Yeah. Oof. No, well, Salah's going to African Cup of Nations.
Oh, not now. You mean...
Yeah, when he goes to Cup of Nations, I think he may be able to slot into that right position. Because who else have we got to go there? Chiesa. But he's preferring the middle at the moment.
And what's his name? Slot isn't really liking Chiesa.
No, he can't get a run.
Yeah, and the other one would be Frimpong, but he's injured at the moment. And, so you don't know, he's going to be back, but He's been injured twice already,
Correct.
so it could happen again.
Interested to see. But I think we're going to go on to where this week brings, and we've got some good matchups happening. Like I said, Liverpool coming to an easy run.
Yep.
But you've got to consider, so you've got Colin Mawani's now out. He's got a broken jaw.
Did he do that in the game against...
Yeah. He copped an elbow to the jaw, broke his jaw.
Shit.
Dan Burns out with a suspension.
Yeah, after the red
Benjamin
card, yeah.
Sesko's allegedly out. You're going to have Gabriel
I still
out.
don't believe it.
Yeah. he's 75% out. Gabriel's going to be 100% out for how many weeks, don't know. Calafiori looks like he's going to be out this week as well.
Yep.
So, Arsenal lining up with a hard game. They've
Yeah.
got Tottenham this week, haven't they?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Arsenal... No. Arsenal have... they don't have Tottenham. Sorry, where am I?
Arsenal do have Tottenham this week.
Oh, they do have Tottenham.
They've
You're
got
right. Sorry,
Tottenham
yes.
this week.
North London derby.
It
We
is
are
at Arsenal's home ground.
Yeah, 3:30 in the morning. I will not be waking up for that.
Yeah. I will be sleeping. You guys have got Burnley this week. I think that's an easy one for
But
you
Burnley
guys.
away, never. Like, I don't think easy is in the cards unless you play Wolves.
Well, Burnley at home, very strong defence.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not
under 2.5 goals
confident.
would be possible.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that our players, like Enzo was off, Esteval's been in form. I'm hoping Cole Palmer might be able to make it to the bench. But look, as long as we don't cop anything over the next week, I'm hoping that we can just go in with a pretty strong team.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But we shall see what
Yeah.
happens for next week, and we'll catch you next week, guys.
Sounds like a plan, my man.
Peace out.
All right, thank you.